Hi everyone, I'm Swami, part of the product management team here at IK. Today I'll be walking you through the entire product of product design for one of the latest initiatives we're picking up, the centralized data warehouse. For a change, I thought we'll discuss a product that we're beginning to work on rather than something that's already come. So the first part of product design is always identifying the problem. Generally in product design, problems come from a bunch of different places. It can be explicit requirements, benchmarking against our peers in the industry, intuition, a technical need, or even a random conversation in Goa. In this case, it was all of this. We realized we weren't doing an optimal job of managing all our data. We didn't have a single view of the student's journey through IK. If we wanted to pinpoint, let's say, how mock interviews and tests are leading to higher salaries for students post IK, we didn't have that information. IK has way too much information in a bunch of Google Sheets and a bunch of different locations, and there's no straightforward mechanism to tie all of them together. And this is where our war on Google Sheets began. Okay, so this brings us to defining what the problem statement is. So the problem statement here is, how can we consolidate data across IK and tie them together with common identifiers so that we can make sense of them? Okay, so this is the problem. Now, how do we ascertain how big this problem is? This is where data gathering and research comes from. We have to validate that this problem is actually as significant as we thought it to be. If you recall, we shared a document with all of you earlier, where you shared a list of important sheets that you look on a daily basis. Then we connected with multiple folks across the organization, evaluated the day-to-day data needs, the sources, the mechanism, how they're collecting it, where they're storing it, and so on and so forth. What we found was that there were hundreds of sheets being used on a daily basis, and it was lost in a maze. Where can I find this particular piece of information? Was one of the most common questions that people asked. It's a massive problem here at IQ. All right, so now we move on to the solution of this problem. So reconfirming the problem statement, how can we consolidate data across IK, tie them all together, and with common identifiers so that we can make sense of them? So the solution is basically three parts. First, given a source of information, HubSpot, UpLevel, Typeform, whatever it is, I need to build a mechanism to collect data from it. So that's step one. Step two, with the data collected from all these places, I need to push it to some sort of centralized repository. And step three, once all of this data is pushed to one place, I have to organize it in some sort of meaningful. So three parts. One, I need to collect the data. Second, I need to push it to a central place. Third, I need to make sense of it and organize it in a usable manner. So the tech solution, how do we actually implement all of this? So this is where we are at right now. We're trying to identify the best tools and architecture which would let us build this for scale. We need to build something that's not just working for 100 odd users, but something that scales for hundreds of thousands. So we'll evaluate state-of-the-art industry practices, what our competitors are doing, tweak it to our use case, and implement what is best for our problem. All right. So at the end of this, what value are we expecting for IQ? We'll have a single source of data, single source of truth for all data for IK. Any visualizations, reports, dashboards can be built right on top of the system. We don't have to worry about meta-based reports breaking every other week. We'll now have visibility of the student journey from the time they were a lead throughout the sales process, their up-level journey, the support period, and their post-IK success. And with all of this information, our decision making at each stage gets orders of magnitude better. We can build powerful machine learning algorithms with all of this data. For example, let's say a student's performance in a particular module is not quite there. We can automatically recommend a coaching session for that person. Oracle.ik was a proof of concept of this exact idea. Given a lead's work history, we would recommend the right right IK program for them to advance the career. And all of this is going to be the basis of a brand new data science and data engineering team that we're going to set up for the future. And let IK become a not just a data driven but a data powered company. Now, all of this was no means just my idea. This has been percolating in everyone's heads for a massive amount of time now. Nick and Aaron had even built a pilot version of the product a few quarters ago, and this served as a proof of concept for getting this off the ground. This is a massive, massive project, and we need an army of folks working on it. We have a crack team of devs with Ishan taking point, and Sanu, the engineering manager, and Rida, the program manager. Of course, Nick and Ashwin are our biggest cheerleaders to drive this as well. And hopefully, by the end of this quarter, we would have made great strides in our war on Google Sheets. Thank you.